That's my account officer. When he graduated, he told his family he hadn't done anything worthy of congratulations. That was before he went to the Access Bank School of Banking Excellence, where they test them again and again.
Now you can congratulate me.
Once you make it through the Access Bank School of Banking Excellence, you are indeed ready to play in the Ivy League of banking. I believe that to be true, and that's why I trust Access Bank.
Good day, everyone. Today I'm with Okulaja and Ibekwe, our two correspondents who are on the ground in Anambra State during the election. My name is Cheta Wanja, and we just want to speak with them briefly about their experiences during the election. Now let's start with Ayo. Ayo, can you tell us basically what happened on that day? How was the day for you?
For me, as a reporter and a journalist covering Anambra elections, it was a very hectic day, moving around 4 different local governments, dispersed on different locations in Anambra State. But also as a Nigerian, it gave me a hope that really the problem is not with Nigerians people, I mean the people of Nigeria, because there was a turnout to vote. The fundamental problem for that election was INEC, nothing other but INEC.
Nicholas, do you agree with him?
Yeah, I would agree with him that INEC really messed up. I mean, preparing for the election, they really messed up in the sense that, because I want to take a look at the indigenous themselves. There is one thing that became very clear to me, was that Nigerians are tired of rigging. People actually came out to vote, and you could actually see the urge, determination in them to protect their votes. I did to the election, I spoke to some people who were actually, they had the resolve to change, because they believe that Anambra has a not too good image out there to other parts of the rest of the world. So they wanted a change. They wanted to change the perception people have for the states. So the idea I caught was that people really wanted to come out to vote, and they actually came out to vote. But in a situation where you come out to vote and you are finding names from the north, names like Nelson Mandela on the voters register. There's a particular polling where we have hundreds of people registered in that polling unit. But lo and behold, there were only 4 names. This was at Usofia. Yeah, at Sofia, at Sobudo's hometown. At Sobudo's hometown, at Sofia, it's a polling particular unit 8, polling unit 8 there. At Sofia, only 4 names were found. And you go after that, because people had this distrust for INEC. The INEC official there wanted to go home with, wanted to return to the office with the forms, but the party agent and the electorate there actually held their hostage, and they insisted that because there were only 4 names on the register, they should declare that no election was held in that unit. They stood by everybody felt that policemen came later. They stood so that, because they didn't trust INEC. They said they didn't trust her, and they wouldn't be sure if she leaves that she wouldn't manipulate the result of that unit. So I wanted to come out and vote. In some areas, like what I observed in Abata local government, the head of Abata local government, core members that were supposed to help with the INEC of official in conducting the election were already there. They were stranded. There was no buses to pick them up. There was no extra materials for them to go. Even people that went to go out in their own personal business had to be picking coppers up, because that's the way they could pass through the various police checkpoints. They could claim that they were taking coppers to the polling unit. No agreement was made totally. I mean, it was a big flop on the part of INEC.
What he just said resonated with your report that you sent to us early during the election. You said that at Oka there were a lot of police officers who were ready to go, but no transportation to take them to various.
I started my coverage of the election from Oka South local government. I got there a couple of minutes before 9, and I saw there tens and maybe hundreds of policemen then electoral materials and officials packed up in the bus. But apparently there were not enough buses to go to convey people. Time started counting, we got to like 9:30. Then I went around to look for the election officer, and I went to ask her, she was a female, she declined to give me an like, madam, what are you two doing here? It's past 9, the election should have started. And the thing she did was like, well, the police people are here, they are still training and we are practicing.
They are still training.
You know, though I met them lined up, you know, as if they were having a massacre or something, the way they structured the open field of local government. So I went to the area commander that was in charge of the person. Like, okay, this is an allegation I just got from the electoral officer. And the response I got from that was, look, these people have refused to provide buses that will move us. And really, what I saw on ground was, the buses were filled with electoral officers and electoral materials. There was no space that the police were sitting, and time was mounting, time was going. This was a major flow across all the local governments that I went through.
Now, Nicholas, in most cases, what time the elections begin?
Before I go to the time the election begins, I would like to point out the condition the police members that were deployed, to that state were kept. I sent in a report. I will tell you, a police friend of mine who I met in Lagos took me to where he was sleeping. The police were sleeping in the open. There was no argument whatsoever. At Okulaja, divisional police headquarters at Okulaja. Okulaja is in Anambra local government, just a neighboring town to Ethiopia. That is so that was a divisional police headquarters there. Police, you see police, their luggage were outside there in the open. There was nowhere for them to stay. They were sitting down on the floor, on the ground. So some of them were trying to get shelter from the nearby palm trees all around. No arrangement was made whatsoever. So no arrangement. And that actually got me worried because most of the policemen were already getting on edge. And I thank God that nothing really, nothing very, very, very bad really happened as per the policemen and the way they handled they really provided security for the election. But the analysis were, as at Sunday evening, no policeman, I can say that for sure, no policeman has been paid a dime as allowance for covering the. I called Mekachuku, the police public relations officer of Anambra State. And what he said was that on Friday, a public holiday was declared, so that the policemen could use the school compounds as a base, as places for their listening. But I didn't see any policeman in any school premises. Then there's also the issue of, he also said that their allowances were ready and they had been given to their superior officers, that they will soon have it. But that was as at Friday. As at Sunday, my contact in the police said nothing had been paid. Not the time had been. So
we have a case of policemen were not provided transportation, they were not paid allowances, and they were not provided accommodation.
Yes. Now then generally the election started very, very, very late. In Uga, election did not start until past 1. Uga is in Anambra local government. Uga is the town where Anambra is from. Now we also have, even in the polling units where Anambra was supposed to vote, they did not start until 2 o'clock. Because I was there waiting for him to come out to actually vote. And at a point, the youth there got restive. They threatened they were going to pick other INEC officers in nearby units to commit them to come and do their work there. And long run, even when the result were being announced, we found out that the election for that unit was cancelled because between the INEC officials, they were at that point they were accusing each other of where they kept the form EC8A, where they should record all the results of the elections for that unit. Because of that, and people refused. That goes on to also say that people do not want, people were actually out there to stop rigging. When the INEC official offered to record the results on a plain sheet, they refused. They refused to do that. So
one of the good things that came out of this election was a lot of people power.
Yeah.
I also sent a very interesting story at Promaroma Junction. Can you mind recounting that story for our viewers?
For me, bright story is the sad story of Nigeria. Because it was just a random young student that was with the University of Jos He was on a journey from Jos to Owerri, and he had to make a connecting trip through Anambra and Ibekwe Expressway. So, Jos was a victim of the recent Jos violence that happened in December. According to him, all his properties were lost as the hostel he came to stay in the University of Jos was punched down by the violence. So he was on his way to his local government of origin to get an identification letter to be able to defend himself because all his credentials, certificate, everything were punched down. It's his final year, normal thing, you need all those documents to process your way around school. So he took a night bus from Jos to a very luxurious bus, but unfortunately he could not beat the deadline for transportation within Anambra, so he was stopped. And in our part, they had to wait for the election to finish before they continue the journey. So he was staying on the Aloma Junction, one of the two polling units on Aloma Junction. That was where he and his other co-driver were seated. According to reports I gathered from them, seeing electoral materials came very, very late. They didn't get there until around 12:45. And by the time he came, Bright was asleep on his chair. And like it was typical with the election, a team of police force normally follows the materials to the polling unit. So when these officers came to this particular polling unit, they started shooting into the air sporadically. A lot of people ran away. Bright was asleep when he came, and as he woke up, he was just like, "Oh, what are we supposed to do now?" And I think he said that in a very loud voice. So one of the mobile police officers approached him like, "Louis, what did you see? What are you saying?" The next was a big slap on Bright, and subsequently about 5 other members of the mobile police force came on him and gave him the beating of his life. The pictures and images that the of Bright were touching, his lips were swollen, he had bruises on his face, his hands, he claimed he's already having pains on the lips. He was mad. People the co-drivers that were around that spoke with thought they felt they were going to kill him, and they were all in a state of shock because they were traveling together. They were together. I'm like, what did this guy do? It was just a statement like, what are we supposed to do now? And it was really sad for me to see and to give this kind of report because this was a young man that's still going through a lot of trauma from where he's coming from, and he really joined to his place now. See what he encountered. So that was all happened.
Okay. And did anybody take Bright to the hospital after that?
There was nothing. During my tour of the local government from Oka South to Oka, I noticed Red Cross officials at some point at some polling booths, but not all. That this particular one, there was nothing. Bright had not gotten any medication or any treatment at that time I thought of.
Sad story of Bright. I also took pictures of Bright, but unfortunately he couldn't get those pictures across to us because shortly after Ayo himself was attacked by thugs representing a particular party. Please, can you tell us about that briefly?
This happened at Okulaja local government. One of the few local governments where the election started quite early, according to the reports I got of it. The stalwart of the PDP in the local government, his name goes by Otto Eze, came around pretty much after the election and the votes have been counted and results are announced. He came, PDP had a victory at that polling booth. So when he came, as he was alighting from his car, I took a picture of him, and the next thing
his people set on you.
His hate just came around me and started accusing me of why did I take a picture, why did I get permission to do that? This is my job, I'm just taking a picture of the picture. The next thing they connected my camera from me and pulled out the memory card. It was so much of a shock.
Again, Nicholas himself was also attacked, but unfortunately we can't go into the details of Nicholas' story because we are running out of time. Ayo, Nicholas, we are thankful that you are back. Welcome back, and thank you.
That's my account officer. When he graduated, he told his family he hadn't done anything worthy of congratulations. That was before he went to the Access Bank School of Banking Excellence, where they test them again and again.
Now you can congratulate me.
Once you make it through the Access Bank School of Banking Excellence, you are indeed ready to play in the Ivy League of banking. I believe that to be true, and that's why I trust Access Bank